Okay, we got a lot to cover today and not a lot of time. Okay, so let's get right into it! Now look, if you're anything like me, you found out that Demon Slayer was done through a post by Crunchyroll like this, right? I know this one caught me totally off guard. I was just going through my YouTube feed and this junk done popped up and I didn't know what to feel. And look, of course your boy had to go check it out. I couldn't believe that something that I felt like had so much more to go was just ending. Now I hadn't been fully keeping up with the manga at this point. And I hadn't seen this till like yesterday or the day before that, right? Now when I saw this though, I immediately went and checked out the chapter. And for any of y'all who don't want to hear anything, let me tell you right now, the final chapter, from my understanding, doesn't really have a lot to do with the actual plot of Demon Slayer. It's like a far in the future wrap up. But if you don't want to hear anything at all, like you just want to be totally blindsided by even the like epilogue, then y'all can skip forward. All right, I'm about to have I have the time up on the screen if y'all to skip to, so y'all cannot get this, last chapter summary. All right, now that those who don't care are still here, let me give y'all a real quick summary of what this last chapter is. Now this last chapter, right, it doesn't take place back in the day anymore. This takes place in modern day Japan, right? And we have all our favorite characters there. You got your boy Tanjiro, you got Zenitsu rolling through, and you even, look bro, you got the boys in there, okay? But they're not themselves, okay? Yusuke's there, but he's not, from what I could see, he wasn't in the main group, but I could be a little off because, I don't know, the art just sometimes confuses me with the character designs and everything. But here's the thing, right? These guys weren't the guys that we know. This was a far into the future. It was like their reincarnations or something. They were all living normal. You guys have all seen other animes and whatnot, where they're just regular teenagers going to school. They're living their lives. But Tanjiro was something special, okay? Now Tanjiro, he was like parkour master, bro. I don't know, some of y'all who haven't read the chapter, y'all wouldn't have seen it, but like, I'm putting it up on the screen right now, and like, my guy was going off. Like, you could clearly see that this man had his training still intact, right? And it went kind of crazy, because he met up with his boy, why am I blanking on the name? It's not Rengoku or something. Hold on, I'm gonna come back to y'all. I was right, it was Rengoku. Rengoku's there as well. Okay, I just got to go make sure real quick, but I'm back. For y'all, it was a split second. For me, it was like 3 minutes though. Okay, look. So Rengoku's there. He's chilling with Tanjiro. They, I think, are about the same age now. Rengoku still looks a little bit older, but like clearly, this is them this is like their reincarnations in the future. But they seem to be pretty good buddies, and they both have that parkour power. You know what I'm talking about? Like they both hitting these jumps, these backflips, they hopping over fences and whatnot. They running, they got the speed on them. But like overall, they seem to be living, like new, happy lives. And this is a good thing. Like it's a nice, peaceful ending to the show, which personally makes me very happy. Now, I then had to go back because I hadn't read all the rest of Demon Slayer. And now I'm back and I'm reading the rest of it. And so far, this junk is way gone, bro. But let me tell you one thing. The way they did this final chapter set them up perfectly for a next generation show like Boruto. However, I don't think that they can really fold this one the way that they folded on Boruto, right? They've been pretty consistent with doing things this way right? And like actually maintaining a good story even in the anime, which, you know, I'm about to get to release dates in a second. Okay? Now, by the way, for all of y'all who didn't want to hear that the manga final chapter, welcome back. Okay? I'm here for you now. Here's the thing. Okay? Like, where do I begin on what this next generation would be like? Because the way that some of these characters are moving, it wouldn't be like the original Demon Slayer. Now, my problem with Boruto is, first off, the execution of the actual show. Garbage. Like, they folded so hard on it. The manga they did so well on, right? Now, when you read the manga of Demon Slayer as well, from just what I've read, it's even a lot better than what you think of the show, because the show seems like it's carried by its animation, but it isn't even carried by the animation, because when you really look into it, it's got some good, like, it builds up the villains really well as it's helping to build up, you know, the main cast of characters. And that's one thing Demon Slayer does really well, which if the same writers stay on, if they do a next generation, which I think they will, because there's no real other reason for them to, like, you know, put this in if they're not going to. But if those same writers stay on, they got another hit, bro. They have another hit that could win them the 2020, like the whole 2020s decade. Best anime of the decade, right? Now, here's the thing. Or I think they won best of the year. But if they, look, we're about to get to that. Okay, look. First things first. They're going to need to keep them same writers if they're doing a next generation, which will most likely not only be focused around the new Tanjiro, but it won't have Zenitsu and Yusuke. I think it's also going to have Ren Goku instead, because he seemed more like the best friend than Zenitsu and, Yusuke did in that final chapter, okay? So when the next generation happens, right, not only are they going to need to keep them same writers, they're going to need to keep the same animators, bro. Because you can't tell me that even though it's been a little while since the final episode of Demon Slayer, y'all don't remember this, right? I know y'all remember this. Like, Demon Slayer did not miss on its animation, bro. Okay? Whoever was in there, they were really cooking up in a lab. They weren't wasting any time. They were not cutting any corners. They were putting in 120% effort the entire time. Okay? But if they do this, they could have possibly a show. Like, I haven't caught up on all of Demon Slayer, so I can't make a full opinion on it compared to My Hero. But for a next generation type show, I think they could have something that's better than Boruto if they do this right. Okay? Now, let's talk about, though, if these things even happen, when's it gonna happen? Now, the movie for Demon Slayer, which is, the next arc of the show, is set to come out like September, October, around that time, end of the year of this year, 2020, right? Now, I did a little bit of calculations, I did some math, and that's about a year-ish after Demon Slayer originally ended, okay? Now, assuming that they're just sitting on this, and even if they're animating Season 2 right now, Season 2, most likely, just based on what I was doing in my mind, since this one's coming out in September, and Demon Slayer started in April of 2019 and ended in September, they're most likely gonna jump back on this, maybe not in April of 2021, but either April or like May. I'm calling it April to June. April to June is the time frame for if they're doing a Season 2, that's where I'm calling the Season 2 starting. And then it's gonna end, from like September to the end of the year of 2021. That's when the second season of Demon Slayer is gonna drop. Now, I don't know, and I don't think that they're going to be able to cover everything they need to in this next season. Now, if they extend it and make it longer, now that the manga's finished, they have all their material right there to do. All they have to do is animate it. And these guys are on top of that, right? So, like, if they get on this, right, Season 2, maybe it's Season 3, right? They have a Season 2, Season 3, which means we're in about 2022 is when Season 3 would about end in September. Now that means this next generation, unfortunately, because I'd love to see it, at the latest, I'm guessing, is dropping 2024. Right, 2024. Right, because we got that, then we have season 2 is 2021. Hold on, my math is off. 22, right? We got 2021 is season 2. Season 3 is 2022. So actually, 2023. Now split it up into 4 seasons. Then we go into 2024. But I'm calling April to June or April to July is when the next generation will start of 2023 to 2024. Now season 2 will most likely be dropping around April of next year. Okay, because now just isn't really a great time. That might even get pushed back a little bit, you know what I'm saying, because of virus and everything. But they've probably been animating it for a while, so it might not get pushed back anyway, right? But when these things drop, I think other people, like My Hero's still gonna be going on. I think it's still got like maybe another 5-10 years in it. Okay, we got some One Piece length going on with My Hero right now. And trust me, the anime ain't until a long time after that, because they slow on that. But if I had to guess, you know what I'm saying, other animation studios and like other storytellers, all the other manga artists and everything, manga creators, they really gonna have to like bring it back. Like if Dragon Ball Super comes back, trust me, that'll just like, that'll already go to the front of the game, because Dragon Ball Z is just different. But with these new gen animes, like these fresh starters, if anybody else trying to come out with something, if this new generation of Demon Slayer happens, plus like season 2 is there, and then they go to the new generation after that, everybody else is really gonna have to bring some heat if they want to get on that. Now I know a lot of people were mad because they want anime a year and everything, but y'all need to understand that like, just because y'all don't agree with it, y'all can't say that it wasn't good. Did it really deserve to win? I can't really say. But y'all can't deny that it was fire. Y'all try and get on it like it was trash. But y'all were all hyped when Tanjiro was going off. Exactly. It's crazy. But trust me, these other guys are gonna have to bring utter fuego, which gives me great hope for the future of anime if they start dropping this. But hey, that's just what I think is going to go on based on my analysis, okay? But if you have something different, leave it in the comments, right? I'll be waiting. But hey, I'm CJZX2. Y'all know where to find me. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.